I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Said before, there's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he can tell you that himself. You're gonna have to take. It's gonna have to take the whole room together. You're gonna have to put the whole world in the ring to beat me. I'm the best.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Manny Pacquiao stunned viewers during a live appearance with Stephen A. Smith, delivering sharp criticism toward Floyd Mayweather that quickly set the boxing world buzzing. Reports indicate the two rivals were invited onto ESPN's First Take to talk about their scheduled September 19th rematch. However, the conversation took a dramatic turn when Pacquiao challenged Mayweather over describing the bout as an exhibition rather than an official contest. Those watching say the atmosphere shifted instantly. With both fighters seated opposite each other, Stephen A. attempted to keep control as the exchange escalated into one of the most heated in-person moments the sport has seen.
Before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So
reports indicate that Stephen A. Smith began the segment by pressing Floyd Mayweather about remarks he recently made at Caesar's Palace, where he referred to the upcoming bout as an exhibition. Sources say Floyd responded with a relaxed demeanor, smiling as he downplayed the situation and suggested the event was simply meant to entertain fans, not something to be taken too seriously. Viewers claim the tone shifted instantly at that point. Manny Pacquiao reportedly interrupted before Floyd could continue, and the mood in the room changed dramatically. According to those watching, Manny's calm delivery quickly turned forceful as he accused Floyd of signing multiple agreements for different dates and accepting advance payment, only to now deny the seriousness of the fight.
By chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
is that what's his feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
During the exchange, Manny reportedly questioned Floyd's stance, suggesting that it sounded like he was trying to label the bout as an exhibition instead of a legitimate contest. He made it clear that, from his perspective, the agreement they signed was for an official fight, not a casual showcase. Accounts say Floyd responded by becoming somewhat defensive. At first, he appeared to brush it off with a light reaction, reportedly telling Manny to calm down and pointing out that both of them would still be getting paid either way. However, sources claim Manny did not back down. Those familiar with the situation say he brought out paperwork from a folder and placed it firmly on the desk between them, listing multiple scheduled dates and emphasizing that each agreement clearly identified the event as a professional fight, all bearing Floyd's signature. According to viewers, that moment marked a visible shift, with Floyd's earlier smile fading as the tension in the room intensified.
When it comes to boxing and competing and being the best, I'm not here to talk about what you did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about what nobody else did on the outside. I'm not here to talk about your personal life. When we talk about, what's going on inside that square circle, I'm the best.
Stephen A. Smith then stepped in, reportedly seeking clarification about the agreements Manny was referring to. According to sources, Manny explained that Floyd had entered into deals with MP Promotions, Netflix, and CSI Sports on 3 different occasions, each one outlining a sanctioned professional bout set to take place at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Insiders say Manny emphasized that every document clearly identified the event as a professional boxing match, with no mention of it being an exhibition. He also pointed out that Floyd had already received advance payments tied to those agreements and was now attempting to shift the terms. Observers noted that Floyd appeared uneasy as Manny detailed the sequence of events. In response, reports suggest Floyd leaned on the idea of entertainment, indicating that, given their age, the event should be viewed as a spectacle for fans rather than a serious, high-risk fight.
Hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event. And if people from all around the world is going to enjoy it.
Sources say Manny quickly responded with strong emotion, pushing back against Floyd's comments. He reportedly told him to speak for himself, pointing out that despite being 47, he had recently completed a full 12-round fight against Mario Barrios for a world title. Manny made it clear he didn't see himself as old or afraid, and instead accused Floyd of being worried about protecting his undefeated record. Viewers noted that the exchange turned deeply personal at that moment, catching many off guard. Stephen A. Smith's intensity reportedly increased as he directly questioned Floyd, asking whether he had in fact signed agreements that clearly defined the bout as a professional fight. According to reports, Floyd paused before responding, suggesting the language in the contracts could be interpreted in different ways and that his team was still reviewing the details. Insiders claim that response triggered another sharp reaction from Manny, who challenged the idea of interpretation, arguing that a signed agreement and accepted advance payment leave no room for ambiguity, and insisting that failing to honor those terms would be a serious breach.
Yeah, there's a disagreement in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition, but really that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done, he took some advances apparently on the actual agreed upon terms of the contract.
The discussion then turned toward Floyd's undefeated record and its significance. Reports indicate Manny argued that Floyd was attempting to label the bout as an exhibition to protect that perfect record, ensuring any potential loss wouldn't be officially counted. Sources close to the interview say Manny took it further, claiming Floyd was avoiding real risk. He reportedly stated that he feels stronger now than he did in 2015, adding that he had already been competitive back then despite dealing with a shoulder injury, and now considers himself fully fit. Observers noted a clear shift in Floyd's demeanor at that point. According to viewers, he leaned back in his seat and folded his arms, signaling a more guarded and defensive posture as the tension continued to rise.
The price ranges from 8 figures all the way to 9 figures that I'm able to get for exhibitions. And so why would I go out there and risk, fighting a top fighter when I can get the same amount of money for 3 rounds with whoever?
Floyd then reportedly shifted his argument toward Manny's age and recent outings. According to insiders, he pointed out that Manny's fight with Mario Barrios ended in a draw rather than a victory, raising doubts about whether Pacquiao is still at his peak. However, reports say Manny answered without hesitation. He highlighted the age difference in that matchup, noting he had gone up against a much younger world champion and that many believed he had done enough to win. Manny then contrasted that with Floyd's recent activity, suggesting it has mostly involved exhibition-style appearances rather than high-level competition, emphasizing that they are on very different paths. Sources say the exchange drew a strong reaction from the studio audience, with audible responses as Manny delivered his remarks.
Oh, you better than Floyd, you better than Floyd. You know why? That's good, that's motivation for the fighter. You can tell him that, but deep in his heart, he don't believe it.
According to those who watched, Stephen A. Smith then shifted the focus to the financial side of the situation. Reports say he mentioned that Manny's promoter, Jazanther, had publicly claimed Floyd was violating the terms of their agreement. Sources indicate that Floyd reacted more emotionally at that point, raising his voice and insisting that he was the one responsible for making the event possible. He reportedly argued that without his involvement, there would be no major deal, no streaming partnership, and no high-profile venue, adding that Manny should appreciate that. Insiders say the tension escalated further when Manny rose from his seat, prompting Stephen A. to step in between them in an effort to keep the situation from getting out of control.
I wonder what Netflix thinks about this. Like Netflix, which is throwing its resources behind it, which is putting a bunch of money into it, which is arranging reportedly for the Sphere to be the venue of choice for this fight. I gotta believe that Netflix is expecting this to be a real.
Witnesses say the most heated point of the interview came when Manny responded while on his feet. According to those watching, he gestured toward Floyd and rejected the idea of being thankful, turning the argument back on him. Reports suggest Manny claimed that Floyd had more at stake, pointing to alleged financial pressures, such as legal issues and debt. He also referenced the advance payments, implying they were taken out of necessity rather than strategy. Manny reportedly made it clear that his focus wasn't on the money, but on winning a fight and proving he is the superior boxer. As the situation intensified, sources say security personnel began moving closer to the set in anticipation of things potentially getting out of hand.
He's undefeated, and then this is give me more encouragement, motivation to work hard, like what I did before in my previous fights.
According to insiders, Floyd rose to his feet, matching Manny's intensity. Reports indicate he boasted, stating that as Floyd Money Mayweather, he's earned over $1 billion and doesn't need anyone's financial support. However, viewers say Manny quickly countered by bringing up Floyd's recent lawsuit against Showtime, in which Floyd claims he's owed $340 million. Manny reportedly challenged him directly, asking why someone supposedly so wealthy would be suing for money and why he accepted advance payment for their fight, pointing out that truly rich individuals typically don't rely on advances. Observers note that Floyd did not respond immediately to Manny's remarks, leaving the moment hanging in tension.
Thomas, in Dubai, I'm traveling the world on my jet, making millions every month, not worried about nothing. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist.
Stephen A. Smith then reportedly tried to steer the discussion back to the fight itself. According to sources, he asked both fighters what would happen if the contract disagreement couldn't be resolved. Reports indicate Floyd responded by saying he was willing to proceed with an exhibition and split the earnings evenly, regardless of the official outcome. Insiders say Manny's answer was firm and uncompromising. He reportedly insisted that it would either be a legitimate professional fight or nothing at all, refusing to take part in what he called fake boxing. Manny reportedly demanded that Floyd put his 50-0 record on the line like a true champion or cancel the bout and return the advance payment he had received.
Oh, this is what Pacquiao manager said. If he's scared of Manny and does not want to put the record on the line in a professional boxing match, not only should he have never executed these agreements, but he should have just come right out and said because Manny ain't scared.
The conversation then reportedly shifted to potential legal consequences. Sources say Stephen A. Smith asked Manny directly whether he intended to take legal action against Floyd for breaching the contract. Reports indicate Manny explained that his legal team was reviewing all available options, but that his main goal is simply to have Floyd honor the agreements they signed. Insiders claim Manny stated that he doesn't want to sue, emphasizing that his priority is to face Floyd in a legitimate professional fight and prove himself. However, he reportedly added that if Floyd refuses to uphold the contracts for which he already accepted payment, pursuing legal action would be inevitable.
Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere.
Floyd reportedly turned the discussion toward his legacy, emphasizing the need to protect it. Sources say he explained that at 49, he feels his accomplishments are already secure and there's no reason to put them at risk. Insiders claim Floyd framed it along the lines of being a 5-division champion and a billionaire, questioning why he should risk that reputation against Manny when they could instead put on an entertaining show and still earn money. Viewers say Manny's reaction was one of clear disdain, with his expression reflecting complete frustration at Floyd's reasoning.
I beat the most world champions.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
Manny reportedly referenced their 2015 matchup and his shoulder injury during the exchange. Sources say he told Floyd that he had been at a disadvantage back then, pointing out that his shoulder was torn and that he could barely lift his arm after the fight. He added that now he is fully healthy and implied that calling the upcoming bout an exhibition was an attempt to avoid a real outcome that might not favor Floyd. Insiders claim Floyd dismissed the comment outright, reportedly stating that the shoulder explanation had been cited for over a decade and no one believes it anymore. According to sources, this response only fueled Manny's anger further.
it's the experience is like not really 100%, but I'm hoping for this time around, no more excuses, especially to my condition and also for everything. Like I'm so excited and ready to the fight.
Stephen A. Smith reportedly shifted the conversation to the fighters' training camps. Sources indicate Floyd admitted he hasn't been preparing intensely, believing the bout was simply an exhibition for entertainment purposes. Reports say Manny countered by revealing that he has been in full training camp with Freddie Roach for 6 weeks, treating it as a genuine professional fight. Insiders claim Manny emphasized the difference in their approaches, stating that he is training as if it's the most important fight of his career, while pointing out that Floyd has been focused on parties and exhibition matches, highlighting, in Manny's view, who is taking the fight seriously and who might be avoiding real competition.
Actually entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's a decision.
Right.
The focus then reportedly moved to the expectations of Netflix and the Sphere venue. Sources say Stephen A. Smith noted that Netflix had promoted the event as a professional fight, while the Sphere marketed it as their first official boxing match. According to reports, Stephen A. asked Floyd how he intended to explain his desire to change the terms to Netflix. Floyd reportedly responded that his team was in discussions with all involved parties and that everyone would be satisfied with the final outcome. Viewers say Manny shook his head in disbelief at this answer. The conversation also highlighted Manny's promoter, Joss Mather. Sources indicate Stephen referenced Mather's ESPN comments, where he claimed Floyd had been in breach of contract since labeling the fight an exhibition. Reports say Floyd tried to dismiss Mather, calling him just a promoter stirring up noise. Insiders claim Manny quickly defended Mather, asserting that he speaks truth and has all the contracts, signatures, and documentation to prove it. He reportedly emphasized that Floyd had signed 3 separate agreements, making it clear that this isn't just noise. It's backed by legal evidence.
Floyd is saying the fight is an exhibition, but according to the reports, Pacquiao and Netflix were under the impression that it was a real fight that would count. Like if Floyd won, he'd be 51-0.
Reports indicate Floyd attempted to question Manny's focus, reportedly saying that Manny, being busy with politics in the Philippines, wouldn't have time to properly train for a legitimate fight. Sources claim Manny responded immediately and sharply, pointing out that he had lost elections and is no longer involved in politics, making boxing his full focus. He reportedly turned the criticism back on Floyd, accusing him of prioritizing exhibitions against non-boxers out of fear of facing real competition. Observers noted that the personal nature of the exchanges continued to escalate. Stephen A. Smith then brought up Floyd's upcoming exhibition with Mike Tyson. Insiders say he asked how Floyd could schedule that fight while also calling the Pacquiao bout an exhibition. Reports suggest Floyd explained that these are separate deals with different promoters. According to sources, Manny interrupted, highlighting that the Tyson fight is in May, their fight is in September, and the close scheduling suggests Floyd is running multiple exhibitions for money while avoiding a real match, accusing him of lying about their contract. Betting odds and public perception were also discussed. Sources say Stephen A. noted that markets initially favored Floyd, but after the exhibition controversy, the odds shifted toward Manny. Floyd reportedly dismissed this as irrelevant, but Manny used it to reinforce his point, arguing that even gamblers could see Floyd attempting to protect his record with a fake fight. Floyd then tried to challenge Manny's motives, suggesting he only wants a professional fight for promotional reasons, and that he may not truly believe he can win. According to reports, Floyd asked if Manny were confident in victory. Why would it matter whether the fight is professional or an exhibition? Insiders claim Manny countered decisively, stating that his confidence is exactly why he insists on a professional fight, so that any loss would count on Floyd's record. Manny argued that Floyd's desire for an exhibition shows a lack of confidence, but at the end, Stephen A. Smith asked both fighters directly whether the September 19th fight will happen. Sources say Floyd gave a vague answer, leaving it to his team, while Manny was unequivocal. The fight will occur as a professional bout on the contracted date, or it won't happen at all, and he will pursue legal action for breach of contract and recovery of advance payments. Manny made it clear that Floyd has two options: honor the agreement or face the consequences. Viewers report the interview concluded without the two fighters shaking hands, with Stephen A. positioned between them, leaving the boxing world in suspense over whether the fight will actually take place. That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates.